Have you ever wondered why some people seem genuinely happy, even when their lives are far from perfect? They struggle, they lose money, they get rejected, they have bad days, they face problems just like everyone else, and yet, somehow, they still manage to find peace. Meanwhile, you can have a good day, everything can go right, and still feel strangely empty inside. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Happiness is not just something that happens to you. Your brain learns patterns. It learns what to focus on, what to fear, what to expect, and even what to feel. And if you repeatedly train your brain to search for problems, compare yourself to others, replay your mistakes, and worry about the future, your brain becomes very good at making you unhappy. But the opposite is also true. You can train your brain to become calmer, more grateful, more resilient, and more capable of experiencing happiness. Not through fake positivity, not by pretending everything is perfect, but through simple habits repeated consistently. Today we're going to explore 10 habits that can actually help rewire the way your brain responds to life. And the 10th one might be the most powerful of all. Habit number 1 is practicing gratitude before your brain starts complaining. Most people wake up and immediately search for what's wrong. They check their phone, they look at messages. They see what other people are doing. They think about bills, responsibilities, problems, and everything they haven't accomplished yet. And without realizing it, they teach their brain one simple lesson: look for what's missing. Try something different. Before you touch your phone in the morning, think of 3 things you already have. It could be your health, your family, a safe place to sleep, a friend, a second chance. Even something as simple as sunlight coming through your window. The goal isn't to convince yourself that your life is perfect. The goal is to teach your attention to notice what is already good, because what you repeatedly notice becomes what your brain considers important. Habit number 2 is moving your body every day. You don't need an expensive gym membership. You don't need to become an athlete. Walk, stretch, run, dance. Do push-ups. Just move. Your brain and body are connected far more deeply than most people realize. When you move your body, you aren't just changing your physical state, you're also changing your mental state. Think about the last time you went for a walk while feeling stressed. Maybe you started the walk angry, but 20 minutes later, something changed. The problem was still there, but your mind wasn't attacking it in the same way. That's the power of movement. Sometimes your mind doesn't need another hour of thinking. Sometimes it needs your body to move. Habit number 3 is protecting your attention. Your attention is one of the most valuable things you own, and modern technology is constantly trying to steal it. You open your phone for 1 minute, then another video, another notification, another headline, another person's perfect vacation, another person's expensive car, another person's successful career, and suddenly you're comparing your real life to carefully edited pieces of someone else's life. Your brain never gets a chance to rest, so create moments of silence, turn off unnecessary notifications. Put your phone away during meals, spend 30 minutes without social media, take a walk without constantly checking your screen. You will be surprised by how peaceful your mind becomes when it isn't being attacked by information every few seconds. Habit number 4 is learning to challenge your negative thoughts. Your brain will sometimes tell you things that aren't true. You're not good enough. Everyone is ahead of you. You always fail. Nothing will ever change. The mistake is believing every thought simply because it appeared in your mind. Imagine a friend came to you and said, "I'm a complete failure because one thing didn't work out." Would you immediately agree? Probably not. You would tell them that one failure doesn't define an entire life. So why do you speak to yourself differently? When a negative thought appears, pause. Ask yourself, is this actually true? Do I have evidence? Am I looking at the entire situation or only the worst part? You don't have to replace every negative thought with a positive one. Sometimes you simply need a more realistic one. Instead of saying, "I'm a failure," say, "This didn't work, but I can learn from it." That small change can completely alter the direction of your thinking. Habit number 5 is doing difficult things on purpose. This sounds strange. If you want happiness, why would you deliberately make life harder? Because confidence doesn't come from avoiding discomfort. It comes from discovering that you can handle it. Take a cold shower, Wake up earlier, finish the workout you wanted to skip, have the difficult conversation, work on something even when you don't feel motivated. Every time you do something difficult instead of escaping it, your brain receives a message: I can handle discomfort. And that belief is incredibly powerful, because a person who believes they can handle difficult moments doesn't have to constantly run away from them. Habit number 6 is spending more time with people who make you feel alive. Human beings are deeply social. The people around you influence how you think, what you believe, and even how you see yourself. If you're constantly surrounded by people who criticize everything, complain about everyone, and make you feel worthless, eventually, that negativity starts sounding like your own voice. But spend time with someone who listens, someone who encourages you, someone who makes you laugh, someone you can be completely yourself around, and notice what happens. You breathe differently, you think differently, you feel lighter. You don't need hundreds of friends. Sometimes one genuine connection is worth more than 1,000 followers. Habit number 7 is learning to enjoy small moments. Many people postpone happiness. They tell themselves, I'll be happy when I make more money. I'll be happy when I find the right person. I'll be happy when I become successful. I'll be happy when everything finally gets better. But there is a problem. Life rarely becomes completely perfect. There will always be another problem, another goal, another responsibility. If you keep waiting for the perfect future, you may completely miss the ordinary beauty of the present. Enjoy your morning coffee, laugh with someone you love, listen to your favorite song, watch the sunset, take a quiet walk. These moments may seem insignificant, but your life is actually made from these moments. Habit number 8 is getting enough sleep. We often treat sleep like it's optional. We stay awake scrolling, we work late, we watch another episode. Then we wake up exhausted and wonder why we're irritated, anxious, and emotionally drained. Your brain needs recovery. Sleep isn't laziness, it's maintenance. When you're constantly sleep-deprived, small problems can feel enormous. A simple comment can make you angry. A minor mistake can feel like a disaster. Sometimes the problem isn't that your life is falling apart. Sometimes you're simply exhausted. Respect your sleep. Your future self will thank you. Habit number 9 is learning to forgive yourself. This one is difficult because many people carry old versions of themselves everywhere they go. They remember the mistake they made 5 years ago, the relationship they destroyed, the opportunity they missed, the stupid decision they made, and every time they remember it, they punish themselves again. But ask yourself something. If you learned from that mistake, why are you still living inside it? You are not the same person you were 5 years ago. You know more now. You've experienced more. You've made mistakes. You've survived things. You've changed. Forgiveness doesn't mean saying what happened was okay. It means refusing to let yesterday control every tomorrow. You are allowed to grow beyond your past. And finally, habit number 10. Practice being present. This might be the most important habit of all, because your mind is constantly trying to live somewhere else, yesterday or tomorrow. You replay conversations that already happened. You imagine problems that haven't happened yet. You worry about things you cannot control. And meanwhile, your actual life is happening right in front of you. Right now, this moment. Take a breath, look around, notice where you are. Listen to the sounds around you. Feel your feet touching the ground for a few seconds. Stop trying to solve your entire life. Just be here, because happiness isn't always some giant emotional explosion. Sometimes happiness is simply the absence of mental noise. And here's what I want you to remember. You don't need to completely transform your life tomorrow. You don't need to become a different person overnight. Your brain changes through repetition. One grateful thought, one walk, one healthy decision, one difficult thing completed, one negative thought challenged, one moment of presence, then another and another. Eventually, these actions stop feeling like things you're forcing yourself to do. They become part of who you are. Your brain learns. Your attention changes, your reactions change, and slowly, the same life that once felt unbearable can begin to feel different, not because the world suddenly became perfect, but because you became better at experiencing it. So don't wait for happiness to arrive. Start training your brain to recognize it, because sometimes the life you've been desperately trying to change isn't the only thing that needs to change. Sometimes it's the way your mind has learned to see it.